You're listening to a brand new episode of Straight Outta Austin, brought to you by the 4-Eyed Radio Network. Yeah, put some bacon on that. If you want more bacony shows, go to 4eyeradio.com. Bacon.
This 4-Eyed Radio production is brought to you by America Joy Print Shop. All your printing needs taken care of in one convenient place. Visit americajoy.com for business cards, flyers, banners, decals, car wraps, and more. Visit americajoy.com.
We are live in Las Vegas, man. Las Vegas, Nevada. MGM Grand.
Did you say MGM Grand? Oops.
That was weird.
I know. It was like a fucking another entity was here.
Fucking podcast inception.
Yeah, podcast within a podcast.
We must go deeper.
Yeah. If not, you'll get stuck in unrecorded podcast space. That would kind of suck. Maybe it would actually, it could be kind of cool.
Think so?
Yeah. Maybe it's just, it has like reruns of the Joe Rogan podcast.
Is that good?
I've heard a few
Sometimes.
episodes. It depends. I think it just depends on who he interviews. Like, he has some really interesting
followed
people
Who he
on Twitter.
interviews and like just
yeah.
the topics he covers. Because
Yeah.
he talks about fucking anything.
Oh, yeah. Not unlike a certain Straight Outta Austin.
That's right.
Yeah. The
We're
greatest
more- we're more
podcast.
Talks
Pop
about
culture.
drugs and space and aliens.
We're more pop culture. Like, they'll sit there and watch, like, Live Leak for 30 minutes, like, people dying and shit. Or,
Really?
like, people doing, like, hot dog contests and, like, throwing up in the most, like, grotesque way possible. Or, like, weird medical shit. Just, like, that's gross.
Yeah. Okay, I was down with the hot dog eating contest, but all the other stuff, yeah, that's definitely outside of my wheelhouse. I don't want to go to that.
There was
to that
one, I
dream-
think,
podcast
where-
within a podcast.
Where they had some fat dude, like, and they were just pouring milk down his mouth. Like, a whole gallon.
It's a video podcast?
Yeah, they do
Yeah,
a video
they- yeah,
version
it
of
is.
it too.
Wow.
And then he gets up and he throws up milk on another dude's face.
Wow.
But that dude was paid to get milk thrown
Yeah,
up on him.
yeah.
I was just like, that's disgusting.
Wow.
Wait, he got
Yeah.
paid? He paid somebody to throw up milk on him?
Where they
Well, they paid
the,
him.
They paid
They
the
paid
guy
him.
like, hey,
Yeah.
we're gonna give this fat dude a bunch of milk, and then he's gonna throw up on you.
That
Will
is-
you accept money if he does? And you're like, okay.
You know, I was going to say, like, why the hell would they do that? But then I forget Joe Rogan also hosted Fear Factor.
Yeah.
So that's definitely right up his alley.
Evidently fear is not a factor for
It
you.
wasn't for that guy. He got paid.
I'm a huge fan of Fear Factor.
He was just sitting there like, psst, milk does his body good.
I remember
Does
there's
his
one-
bank account good, too.
I remember one episode where some, I think they had to eat a live tarantula or cockroaches or something
Cockroaches.
like that. And the guy's just like, man, I'm not going to eat it. He's like, so you're going to forfeit then. He's like, man, you wouldn't eat it. I wouldn't eat it. And Joe Rogan just like looks him like straight naked in the face. Don't blink. Looks down. Grabs the bowl. Doesn't like I'm
no
describing the
hesitation,
motions,
yeah.
but like he doesn't flinch for it. He
Yeah.
doesn't hesitate or anything. He just looks at the guy, gives him just like kind of smile, like okay, sure.
Yeah.
And then he just grabs it and eats it. Just
Wow.
stares at him. He stares at him like he's fucking raping his girlfriend just while he's doing
He
it. Like,
crunches it too. He's like,
Oh, my God.
yeah. He's like, this is
and
why
he
I'm
doesn't
the
make
host.
any face.
Yeah.
He's just stone cold stoic. Just eating.
The host of Fear Factor, dude.
Like he doesn't look like he's grossed out by it or anything. Like eating a fucking gummy bear. Like that's what he's eating, dude. Like a fucking, he's eating that shit like a cornflake.
So you like-
And the guy's just like looking at him like he's probably gonna shit his pants or something. He's just
Yeah.
like, he's like, yeah, I don't know if you knew this, but I do all the tests before we actually do them. He said something to that effect. Like, yeah, I do all the eating challenges and stuff
Oh,
as well.
wow.
I'm just like, that's fucking.
My
crazy.
respect for Joe Rogan is
Yeah.
shot up tremendously.
Yeah.
Because I would not do... I would be that guy like, I ain't doing that shit.
Oh, he talks about his
Yeah.
time on Fear Factor where he says, like, fucking smoke weed, like, every day when he was on the set.
I would
He's
imagine.
like, I had to be high because there's people, like running their cars into freaking in the sides of trucks and jumping off buildings. I'm like, you can do it! Like, I have to cheer them on. Like, you gotta be wasted for that. This is so good. It wasn't wasted, but, you know, it's just freaking hilarious.
That's awesome.
Yeah, Joe Rogan, yeah, you gotta do it to be the host, man.
Yeah.
You can't fucking pussy out.
Yeah, I mean, that's respectable, because I can definitely see them having a host where it's like, he's not done anything, he's
Yeah.
not going to do anything, he's just there to facilitate it.
Yeah.
But if, like, Joe Rogan actually does it, then it's like, yeah, then he deserves to host it, because he's like,
Yeah.
he already knows that he's able to do it, so it's not like, he's trying to just put himself like on a pedestal. Like, yeah, you guys do it for my amusement,
We got that one dude in the tie clinch on the show.
Yeah, I was thinking about that. Yeah.
That guy that wants to kick his ass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
put
he's
him in
like,
the
I put him in the
tie
tie clinches. I took everything I had not to beat up that dude.
Yeah.
He literally just kneed him in the face like a few times. It would have been over, but he just got him in there and just didn't let him go.
Oh man, that would have
Yeah,
been
he just
calm
moved him
down.
around a little bit, and that was it. But the guy was like completely embarrassed. He's
Yeah.
like, let's go, Joe Rogan. Come on.
It's like half-assedly trying to defend some chick when that chick like punched some other dude.
Yeah.
Like full on, like this chick like full on punched this dude. And
It was like a Fear Factor couples.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember seeing the clip.
Yeah, she
Oh,
like
okay,
full on
you've seen
punched
it.
the dude. He's like, you can't assault people on my show. And like some of the other dudes like defending the girl. Is like, you shut the fuck up, Joe Rogan.
Like, he
or
started
whatever.
broing at him. He's like, you want a piece of us, dude? You want some of us,
Literally
bro?
throwed at him. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, no, it's Joe Rogan.
Joe Rogan was like, dude, fear's not a factor for me.
Yeah.
And he fucking just rolling knee bar.
Yeah. I wish he would have.
Flying Kimura.
Dude, I would.
Yeah, because Rogan was like, you can't, like, that's assault. That's
Yeah, you can't-
against the law. You can't just hit somebody on
Yeah,
the
well,
show.
yeah, well, she justified it like, well, he's talking shit. He's like, that's the point of the show. Like, he literally said it like,
It's
yeah.
a competition. That's what happens.
He's supposed to get in your head.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Just like,
Should have busted him with a spinning back kick.
he would have if he wasn't about to get fired from his
Oh,
job.
yeah,
he
yeah.
It's like
definitely
that
would've.
cops logic. Whenever you're watching cops, it's like,
Uh-huh.
why did you attack him with a knife? He's like, he called me a bitch.
Yeah.
And it hurt my feelings. It's like, yeah, but you think it's logical to grab a kitchen knife and stab your husband?
He said that Diet Mountain Dew wasn't as delicious as regular Mountain
Yeah.
Dew.
And then he was going to boil it.
What were they on the cops thing? I did see one funny part about cops where they found this dude snorting cocaine in a restroom, and he was
Nice.
doing it off the stall, like the urinal stall, like at the top part, you know?
Yeah.
Like where people leak their pee.
Yeah,
He's
and
got
he-
flavor crystals.
like he got like the cop. He was like a southern cop, and he just like had the cocaine. Wasn't even worried about it. He was just like, "You're doing this off of a urinal. What is wrong with you?" He's just like not even so upset about the cocaine.
Yeah,
the
yeah.
fact he was doing it off a urinal like just upset him so much.
Yeah, it could be one thing. I'm sure if he busted the guy, he'd just like, yeah, it's this guy cocaine bust.
It was, like,
Yeah.
it was a tiny bit. It was like
Yeah,
a bump.
he'll spend a few nights in
Yeah.
jail, probably get bonded out, and
Yeah.
he'll see the magistrate in the morning. But it's just like, yeah, I'm pretty sure he was baffled as fuck. Just like, really? Like, that's where my pee drips.
Yeah, dude.
And you're doing cocaine off of that? Come on, guy.
Yeah.
Have a little self-respect. Just a little.
Yeah,
That's exactly what his
self-respect.
face was. Like he had like that kind of disgusted but like smile.
Yeah,
He's like,
yeah.
what is wrong with you?
Well, 'cause I'm sure, like, he's seen his share,
Oh,
I'm
his
sure,
fair
I'm
share of
sure.
cocaine, but it's
Yeah.
like, it's either like on a glass, or on a credit card,
A hooker.
or on a hooker's vagina.
Usually it's off the ass.
Yeah,
Yeah.
when he pays for it.
Yeah, but on a urinal. Come on.
Yeah, on a urinal of all places. Like, you couldn't do it like
The dashboard of your car.
the
Yeah,
bathroom
right.
sink.
or wherever you are.
You couldn't do like
Off
the
the
bathroom,
Oh, the bathroom
sink,
sink. Yeah.
Yeah.
The sink.
Maybe he just likes it dirty.
or like off your fucking forearm or
Probably
something.
already off his rocker. Didn't know where he was.
Yeah, all right. He thought he was trying to. He was just trying to follow his nose.
I realized I just used the phrase "off his rocker." I don't know how old that is. My freaking boss said the words that I thought were far extinct, but in California they go strong. He said he looked hella faded. Like, bro, you look hella faded. I was like, hella? Yeah, you're from
Wow.
California. Faded? Goddamn, I haven't heard that in a while.
Oh my! Wow.
Hella
Maybe
faded.
California is like in a time warp.
It's like a double whammy, dude. Hella faded.
Yeah.
Like
That's
the
hella
valley
old.
status.
That phrase is hella faded. Faded into obscurity. Oh man. Well, with that. This is Prometheus,
This is Bobby Beetle.
And this is Agamemnon.
and you're listening to Straight Outta Austin.
Now with
Big
baffling
dumb
meals.
oh,
now with artificial flavor somewhat similar to
make
strawberry.
that booty clap. Standing ovation. It's 2 Chainz. Literally, like,
Oh my God.
2 Chainz is terrible. People that he raps with, like, their part of the song could be pretty good.
Yeah.
like I'm not a fan of rap. I only listen to like the rap that you guys had listened to when you were in high school.
Mortal
So I got,
Technique.
like, yeah, exactly. So
It's dark.
So yeah,
hell
like,
is hot.
So like all the rap that Homer Pimpson and all that stuff.
Oh.
Like out of all that rap, I took like the good parts. of it,
Yeah,
like the
yeah.
actual rappers, like the lyricists. You know. Anyways, like
So Chameleon.
I got more crushed ice in my grill than
I
a
would say
Slurpee.
my favorite my favorite rappers will
Knock,
be like
knock. Who is
would
it?
be-
You lizard.
Oh, yeah,
Mike
yeah.
Jones. Mike Jones.
no.
That album coming soon.
No. So EFAM is really good. I think those guys are really good writers, even though they haven't done anything forever.
Yeah.
The other guy that I think is my favorite rapper is Immortal Technique.
Oh, yeah,
that guy
yeah.
can write. He's
Oh, yeah.
fucking deep. I don't know. I just love him. Anyways, what was I saying? Oh, the freaking
Oh,
rap,
yeah,
the 2
fucking
Chainz.
2 Chainz.
It was I forget I don't even know what the name of the song, but this guy would go off on a rap, right?
Yeah.
And then he gets to 2 Chainz' part. This is literally the lines. This is his rapping. He goes, 2 Chainz, oh bracelets, make that booty clap, standing ovation. That's his contribution.
Oh my god.
That is terrible. That guy makes millions of dollars. I hate it. I hate America.
It's like, America, you should be ashamed of yourself.
I hate that song. I hate America. All with the Bill Clinton thumb. Bill Clinton thumb. Like that's when you know it's official.
That song hates
I would
America.
respect him so much more if he was working at Randall's.
See, when you do the
Thank
Bill
you
Clinton
for shopping
thumb,
at Randall's.
that means you're endorsing it, and it probably should be passed into like a bill.
Yeah,
legislation.
right. Get Congress to approve it.
I mean, if you
2/3
find
of the
something
House.
like, if you say like 5 words and you'll know making
Default.
millions of dollars, like Jesus, I guess you would do it. Why wouldn't you? I guess.
Because integrity and music.
Yeah, it doesn't apply to our music.
Service
Yeah.
and honesty.
And integrity.
The only current band that I would say I like right now is like Muse.
Oh, yeah.
I don't listen to a lot of
Ew.
current music. They have some good songs. There's like 2 songs, 3 songs that I like from them, which is Supermassive Black Hole, Supremacy, and Panic Station.
I'm not familiar with them, so I can't really...
I'm not familiar with any other songs other than those.
Yeah, I mean, I'm
This
sure
is what
I've
I've
heard
heard,
them,
and I really
but-
like them.
All the bands
They
nowadays,
sound
like, I
like
don't know who's
ghosts
who.
singing.
I really like his voice. I think that's what makes him original. He's a cool voice.
I like Lonely Island. They're a good band.
Jeez. They're better than most. They actually have good writing.
Yeah.
They actually, I like
It's
when
the whale of a tale, shampoo. My whole team's coming clean, shampoo.
See that thing like a silly, like kind of like Fly the Conchords. Fly the Conchords,
Yeah,
like, it's
yeah.
great writing, but it's
Uh-huh.
like good music too. Like it's not like just like there for the jokes. Like it's great music, and it's just like it's better writing than most like Lonely Island. Like I'm saying, like they literally are better writers than most.
Oh yeah,
Some people-
definitely.
Bark,
Yeah.
bark, do the dog.
Oh, yeah, it's not against.
At least they're telling a story.
paw.
Did a doggy bounce.
Arf,
Did
arf,
a doggy bounce. But yeah, Fly the Conchords is hilarious.
Yeah, Fly the Conchords is fucking great.
But what was I gonna say? It's 2
Go
Chainz.
fuck yourself, Brit.
Go fuck yourself, Brett.
It's 2 Chainz, the guy that like he rhymed attic with attic.
Right? Yeah, I think
He's
so.
like I can't remember how it goes. It's something like I'm all fucked up like an attic, and I'm all fucked up like an attic. It was something
Perfect.
literally like that.
Got
Full
it.
of litter.
Nailed it.
Yeah, nailed it.
Nailed it.
I
Yeah.
don't know how they
God.
do things in England, New Zealand. Well, I don't really give a fuck. That's one of my favorite lines. Fucking Dave. I don't really
I
give a
love
shit.
Lord of the Rings.
There's Vikings there, right?
yeah,
yeah, there you go.
She's so hot. Huh?
Somebody knocking?
She's so hot.
I'm the
she's
one who
making me
knocks.
sexist.
Yeah, I love that. I need a something guitar.
Standing ovation. But yeah.
I told you.
Now,
I'm the one who
get
knocks.
on. Heavens no.
Actually, that's a perfect segue because
Good.
I'm the one who knocks. So I was going to give my brief overview, spoiler free,
Do I need
believe
to
it or
cover
not.
my ears?
No, spoiler free of
Just so
Breaking
the
Bad.
listeners know, I have an SD card in my pocket with the last episode of Breaking
Speaking
Bad.
of spoiler
I'm gonna watch
free.
later tonight.
Sucker free.
So yeah, spoiler free and sucker free. But basically,
Sucker
Breaking
free
Bad. I mean, you're going to have like 1 out of 10 people that's not going to be satisfied.
I would
But
say, like, judging by Facebook and everyone just, like, literally, like, having a smoke afterwards. Like, that's what I took it to. Like, everyone posting on Facebook was the equivalent of having a smoke after sex.
Well, pretty much like Spill, they have their review, like their best rating, like they have full price for a movie, better than Sex is their top review. They're like their top rating. So that's like, I mean, no, but to coincide with what you're saying, like that's how people would say. Like,
okay, just to make my point, like based on all the Facebooks, like from like 6 p.m., which I don't know how the fuck those people saw it, from 6 p.m. all the way till like, because when did I go to sleep? Like at fucking 2 in the morning. All the way through there, and I'm still checking Facebook, and like all these people, I would say like 1 in 30 people, didn't like it.
Yeah, I've actually really only come across one person that
there was tons of people that were just like in Twitter. Oh my god, Twitter was like blowing up. You know, because I have more Twitter followers than I have Facebook friends. So.
Yeah, I follow a lot of people on Twitter. They were blowing up about like Moons. You know.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah, he was blown. Like, just a lot of people, like you're saying, just a lot of people blowing about like, oh, so good, and like people were like putting like quotes of the last episode. Then fuck everybody. I haven't seen it yet. At least let a week pass. That should be the standard. That should be the standard.
I'm the one who spoils.
Yeah, let a week pass before saying anything.
Yeah.
But
no, Tio, this is my season finale. That's the deal.
That's the deal.
That's the deal. No spoilers.
You like Aaron Paul, the guy who plays Jesse. He invited people to a graveyard.
The douchebag with 2 first names.
Yeah. He invited just the public to a graveyard show, or he had tickets to a graveyard showing to watch the last episode with him in a graveyard.
Oh yeah, he was hiding tickets under like trash cans.
Yeah, it was a scavenger hunt, like behind like a garage sale sign, like on the corner of like 2 streets and stuff. And he just showed. Apparently, he's like the coolest dude in the world.
2 streets,
like
2 tickets.
There's like videos, like pictures of him arriving there. And he was like halfway out the window of his car, like, "Hey, what's up, bitches?" Apparently he's just a good time in general.
Oh yeah, he sounds like, especially this last season, sounds like he's really been embracing the character.
Oh yeah,
you know, and just like all the fan support and all that, you know.
Yeah, he's like always thinking the fans, and on his Twitter, he was just like, "I love you, Jesse. You will always be a part of me, and I love Vince Gilligan."
Nice.
So he's just like, he seems like just a very stand-up dude.
Yeah, definitely. Because I always hate when like actors are like in a show that pretty much made their career.
Who's Vince Gilligan?
He's the series creator.
Oh.
Who's Vince Gilligan?
Whatever,
Jesse is
man.
his character.
I stopped halfway.
Will always be a part of him.
But basically, all I want to say is, yeah, I was very satisfied. I loved it. For me, like that's how you end a fucking series. Damon Lindelof, you son of a bitch. That is how you end a series.
Very cool.
All right. I know you're listening. I know you're out there listening live, Damon Lindelof. This is how you end a series.
Hiding.
He's trembling in his boots.
Yeah,
don't be scared, homie.
Yeah, he had it right. 209 Stockton,
We're here
homie.
to help you. Just listen. Just listen.
So yeah, I was satisfied.
We're on Mixler.
That's really all I got to say. I don't want to spoil anything. Go watch it for yourself if you haven't seen it. It's great. And I'm the one who knocks. So, but moving on to other shows, which I will spoil. Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
You're goddamn right.
yeah. Are you going to spoil S.H.I.E.L.D.? You goddamn right. But yeah, S.H.I.E.L.D. had their pilot episode last Tuesday.
S.H.I.E.L.D.
Yeah. I keep wanting to say The S.H.I.E.L.D. with Vic Mackey. I think he'll be a fun character in that show. But, you know, we saw the return of Agent Coulson. If you talk to anyone who's seen the show, Coulson steals the show. I mean, not unexpectedly at all.
So just to say one more thing. When you just said that, that's literally, I haven't seen the episode, but everybody I'm hearing say Coulson stole the show.
Oh, yeah.
Like, there's like a joke in there. I'll just say one joke. Like somebody said, like, he came out of like a corner or something.
Yeah.
I forget what he said. I'm probably going to butcher it, but like, they just said he said something like really cocky, like, what's the more... I don't even know what he said.
It was something like, he was
funny.
like, you know, the lights are out back there. I just figured that it would be really dramatic for me to come out. I forgot how he says it,
Yeah,
but
it
it's
was
really funny. It's just like, I don't know. It just feels like he's very self-aware.
Yeah.
And just like his comedy is spot on.
Yeah, I heard he was on point, that whole thing.
Yeah, there's like nothing bad Coulson related in that show.
What else? Was there anything bad?
Unfortunately, there are other characters in the show that aren't Coulson, and that's where the problems arise. So I'll start off with Skye. Skye is pretty much this hacker. She's pretty much like, her group is the Rising Tide, which you can compare to like Anonymous. You know, she's hacking S.H.I.E.L.D.
Yeah.
Which, first of all, it's like, okay, S.H.I.E.L.D's supposed to be this huge, you know, this huge industry, this huge organization that's able to, you know, form the Avengers, and they're getting hacked by some girl in her van. And I feel
exactly Tony Stark.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. Like, it's not like she's a genius like Tony Stark or even Bruce Banner. It's like, it's just some random hacker. But obviously it's movie hacking where hackers can do anything.
Oh, they just put their hands on the keyboard and there's like fake screens on their monitor.
It's like a screensaver.
Yeah, like a Swordfish. We had like a bunch of boxes.
God.
I had to match up the boxes. This is how I'm hacking.
Oh, I hate that movie.
Yep.
But yeah, but the thing that I hate the most, and I've just become very picky. This is probably very nitpicky, but after watching Breaking Bad, which is a very real,
Just about to say
it's
that.
about as realistic as you can get for a TV show. And, you know, I mean, at least it's grounded. I mean, obviously there's there are over the top moments, but for the most part, it's grounded. I mean, even Sons of Anarchy, pretty grounded. But it's like, okay, she's supposed to be a hacker who lives in her van. So this is her whole life, is to hack. And her hair is, like, perfect. Her makeup is perfect.
Of course.
It's just like, no, that wouldn't happen. Her character kind of reminds me of Ellen Page's character in Super, but done really badly, like really poorly.
Wow.
And because she kind of boils down to just being like a major fangirl, and she's obsessed with like all the superheroes she's been seeing. And that aspect of it is cool, but I just felt like I don't know if they even needed to necessarily cast somebody else, but at least make her look like she lives in a van. She didn't have to look like dirty and ugly, but she could at least like not have perfect flowing hair.
Yeah,
You know?
look at like Sons of Anarchy, like an example.
Yeah.
Everybody in that show does not have. I don't think anybody has perfect hair in that show.
Except for Jax.
Jax has
in
great
season
hair.
1.
Jax he has that long hair. in
He's got
season
that
1.
natural Zach Morris hair.
Yeah,
That's just natural hair. You can't help that. Realistically, some people just have fantastic. hair.
that is true.
But like
His
fucking
beard, however, is very scraggly.
That's true. But Opie, prime example.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Opie
Opie's
just-
beard is like what my beard would
His
look
hair
like if I
is
could grow it out.
greasy and like
Yeah.
long and like look at his split ends.
Untamed.
Yeah, untamed.
Yeah.
There you
Like
go.
a wild lion.
Yeah, and the same thing with freaking why did I forget their names?
Tig?
the big dude.
Oh,
Tig just has crazy curly hair. I feel
Happy?
Tig.
Ron
You can't
Perlman?
do anything with curly hair.
Clay?
It's gotta just come out. No,
that's true.
the dude with the fat dude, like the right hand man. to
Bobby
Clay.
Elvis?
Oh,
Bobby
Bobby
Elvis.
Elvis.
There you- I forgot Bobby Elvis.
How can you
Him,
forget
yeah,
Bobby,
that guy
Bobby?
just looks like a mess.
yeah.
He wakes
Yeah.
up in the morning just like bikes.
Oh yeah.
Well, you don't like
That's what he
falafel?
does.
I liked him when he was in Batman Begins.
Oh yeah. That's true. He got hung upside down.
Oh, you know, I was actually watching The Rundown the other day,
Uh-huh.
It's a good movie.
and Opie's dad, Piney, was in it.
Oh, nice.
He was like the asshole who plays Sean William Scott's
Oh,
character's dad.
yeah, yeah.
He's the guy that
that's
The Rock
him.
works for.
Yeah, yeah,
He's
that's
such a
him.
fucking asshole in that movie. I was like, I fucking hate him.
The guy that's always cooking or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, Jesse Eichel.
Yeah, I know. I knew you were about to say that.
But anyway, but I don't know. I think her character would have at least worked if after, oh yeah, spoiler, she joins up with S.H.I.E.L.D., obviously. I mean, the second the fucking show starts, it's pretty obvious. But if she would have, like, looked all, like, made up afterwards, it's like, okay, now you're working with the professionals, you're not living in your van anymore. So anyway, but the whole thing is, like, they need her throughout the whole thing. So basically, there's this character. He finds out he has like superpowers. He saves a woman from a burning building, and then S.H.I.E.L.D.'s looking for him because they're trying to get to him before anybody else does. But they're obviously very terrible at finding these people because they need this hacker chick who somehow tracked him down, got his license, and like knows his identity. And instead of them having resources to actually find people, like they have to find her to get her to cooperate to find him.
Wow, they're S.H.I.E.L.D. though.
Exactly. So it's just like, I don't know. I hated that aspect of it.
I feel like S.H.I.E.L.D. existing is like S.H.I.E.L.D. exists because they don't have to explain that type of shit. Mm-hmm. They just like we're S.H.I.E.L.D. We're everywhere.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Literally, like the fucking what's her name? Scarlett Johansson says that.
Oh, yeah,
Like,
yeah,
how did
yeah.
you find me? It's like we've always
Yeah,
kept tabs on
exactly.
you.
See,
we
yeah.
just kept our distance. Like that's what I feel like S.H.I.E.L.D. is.
Mm-hmm.
Like don't explain that. Like it's S.H.I.E.L.D. It's a given that they're going to be everywhere at any given time. That's
Yeah,
how I feel.
pretty much. Yeah, it's like they're combing the entire globe. I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, they can find the freaking Hulk. But I feel like this is like their D team, you know. So the only person that really seems like, as far as like skills, let me see, what's this guy's name? No, that's Mike Pearson.
So are you saying that he's not the Vision?
I gotta go back to
I
this.
lost
I bet-
my one good eye.
Yeah. That just still cracks me up. His one good eye, vision. Don't you get it? Oh God. Oh, kids these days.
Yeah.
Okay, that's the guy's name. So his name is Agent Grant Ward. So pretty much he's like the poster boy, you know, S.H.I.E.L.D. agent. You know, he has the model good looks. He's a great field agent, even though he gets fucking found out the first mission you see him on. But he's pretty much like the James Bond of the group.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you have him. Then they introduce these two that are like supposedly like the tech geeks. One's British and one's Scottish, and they're arguing. They're supposed to be the comic relief.
Mm-hmm.
They're not funny. The only thing I like about them is the guy is Scottish, and it's my own personal bias. Is the guy sounds just like Mark Miller because he has the Glasgow accent. So I just see him as like a young Mark Miller. So that's the only reason why I tolerate his character. Then they have, what is her name? She's the only person that actually even wears a S.H.I.E.L.D. uniform. Everyone else is just wearing, like, regular clothes and running around. I can't remember her name. Okay, Ming-Non. So she's kind of cool. She's the one that kicks some ass, but they really haven't done much with her character either. But the best part, aside from Coulson, was someone of the Whedon universe, the Shepherd from Firefly. He's in it. Yeah,
nice.
so when I saw him, I got pretty excited.
Very cool.
And then obviously Maria Hill from the Avengers movies,
Nice.
or movie, and she's in it as well. And she also is the only other person that wears an actual S.H.I.E.L.D. uniform.
Nice.
So I don't know. It just feels like they could have done a lot more with the show, and it just feels like a very cheesy, generic like TV show. Obviously, it's only in its first episode, so they have a lot more room to grow.
Yeah.
And again, Coulson is still amazing. And I just want to comment on the whole like Coulson's death thing. So pretty much when he comes back, like his whole thing is he explains what the sequence that happened in the Avengers, and he talks about how he woke up from a coma, like he wasn't breathing for 20 seconds or however long it was, and then they sent him off to Tahiti to recover, and then they reactivated him to come back into the field. And then there's a scene, I think, with Maria Hill, and I forgot who else, and they're like, does he know? It's like, he can never know. So obviously hinting at, like, well, something happened. Like, he's probably actually dead. This is, like, the most popular theory is that he's a life model decoy, which they have in the Avengers comics, which is pretty much like a lookalike of that same person.
Yeah, like in Secret War.
Yeah.
Fury with the
Yeah,
secret
Fury,
decoy.
yeah.
That's perfect. Is that what it is? Like
That
that
they haven't
technology?
revealed it yet.
Or no, yeah.
Yeah, but that's what everyone's
that's what people
thinking
are
that's what
referring
they're going
to.
to do, yeah.
That would be pretty sweet.
So it's like, so he's the life model decoy, but he himself doesn't know. Yeah, the plot thickens.
Damn, they forgot to put that memory chip in there.
He had it right. They forgot to upload his memory banks.
I'd be fine with that.
Yeah, I would be cool with that.
As long as he's there.
Yeah, as long as Coulson's there.
Yeah.
To me, as far as I'm concerned, if they killed the rest of the cast off in the next episode, replaced him with somebody else, I would be perfectly happy. Like, none of the other characters to me are all that memorable. If anything, they're more obnoxious. The only other thing I didn't like, okay, so the main character, they reveal that the way he has like super strength, and somehow being in a burning building, he doesn't have to breathe oxygen because the smoke would probably kill him. But anyway,
So he
so
just doesn't breathe at all.
I guess. I mean, that's not really part of his power, but just a nitpick. But he has this thing in his arm that looks like a centipede, and apparently that's like the technology that they're using in order to give him these powers. And at first I'm thinking, okay, this is a new technology they're introducing into the universe. And it's probably, like Hydra or something behind it. They never say who's behind it. No. Instead, it's just like a huge collage of everything from all the Marvel movies. It's like, it's got alien technology and gamma rays, and we think there's a little bit of super soldier serum in there, and he has the extremis virus. It's just like, really? It's just like...
That's a lot of shit to throw at you.
Yeah, it's just like, okay, so just in case you saw all the other movies, it's everything rolled into one, just so you can feel like you're more in the Marvel universe. And I was just like, it is...
Tesseract plasma. The freaking, they put like that Cosmic Cube and fucking put Red Skull in there.
Yeah.
Bits of Red Skull.
Yeah, bits of a skull ground up into powder, and they have to snort it like Tuco Salamanco. I hate Red Skull powder. But yeah, so I don't know. That was probably, it's a small thing, but for me it's big. It feels so lazy and so contrived. Like, they could have easily just made something new, or just made it extremis. Like, this is the extremis virus. Someone else has got a hold of it. They're running wild, or they've improved it. But don't give, like, every single thing. Like, really? Like, who has access to all this stuff, I mean, I guess maybe that's going to be the big reveal, but it's... I don't know. I heard that part, and I almost wanted to shut it off. But then Coulson walked on the screen. I'm like, nope, I'll keep watching.
So he's good.
Yeah, he's great.
Okay.
He is great. If I were going to rank it on Coulson alone, I would give it an A for Avengers.
Wow, he just pulls it.
Yeah.
He just pulls the whole thing.
He does. But adding all those other people there drags
yeah.
it down to maybe about a C-.
I'll probably watch it. I'll literally watch it for Coulson.
Oh, yeah. It's
Just to
worth giving a watch just to form your own opinion.
Is there any? Well, I guess it's just the first episode. I'm assuming there's not much action or anything like that going on.
There's some pretty decent action. There's actually in the very beginning when they introduce, forgot what his name is already, but the guy, the James Bond type character, and the Ming-Non, when she's fighting, there's a little action there. And then the main villain, I think his name is Michael. He fights Ming, and he fights the James Bond guy.
Nice.
And then so there's little action like sprinkled here and there. It's not like
cool.
a huge Avengers set piece, but there's enough to keep you entertained. And the action is done pretty well.
Yeah. For some reason, when I think of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., I miss that show, Human Target. You ever seen
Human Target was a fun show.
For some
man.
reason, like when I think of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., I think of Human Target, and I start to miss Human Target because it got canceled after the second season.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
it was just one of those that just had like fucking great action choreography, and like it was just cocky as shit.
It was just overall
And
fun.
It had the guy that played Rorschach. I forget his name.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But he's fucking phenomenal in it. Like, just got some great actors, and just hey, how about we go ahead and cancel it? I guess nobody watched it.
Yeah.
I heard not hardly anybody ever watched it.
Huh. It was too good.
It was really good. I thought it was really good.
Their eyes couldn't process
But
it.
yeah, but hopefully it'll be I'm gonna give Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. a watch.
Yeah, definitely worth a watch. I mean, like I said, it has its problems, but I mean, I don't know. I watched it. I enjoyed it for the most part. It wasn't great, but I'll watch the next one. I'll at least watch probably this whole season, unless it just gets terrible. But I'm optimistic that it's gonna get gradually better.
Yeah.
So I think as they start to flesh out the characters, they'll be less annoying. Like they just feel like caricatures as opposed to actual characters. So, but I think that will change. So, speaking of television series, Fox is planning to have a series called Gotham, which is going to center around a young Commissioner Gordon. Mm-hmm. This is pre-Batman, so this is before Batman came around and started fucking things up in Gotham. And so it's Gordon as a cop. It's based off of Brian Brubaker's run. I think it's also called Gotham. Well, this article didn't say so, but yeah. So anyway, so the guy that is going to helm it is Bruno Heller from The Mentalist, which I'm not familiar with. But I don't know.
It's a pretty recent show.
Oh, yeah.
It's been going on for a couple of years now.
Does it make you go mental?
Some people are saying Beware the Batman's really good.
Hasn't even come out yet.
That's how good it is.
Beware the Batman?
Yeah, I don't think it comes out till next year.
It's been out.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Because I watch Cartoon Network like all the fucking time.
Is
On
it
Nickelodeon.
on Cartoon Network or is it on WB?
Cartoon Network.
I'm pretty sure it's out.
Sure, it's not on the CW.
Because they canceled Green Lantern Corps and Young Justice,
Well, we have internets.
which were on Cartoon Network for Teen Titans Go, which aired like 2 months ago.
I know
And,
for a fact
Beware
that
the
people have been
Batman.
talking about Beware the Batman.
Okay.
And I'm pretty sure they've already started it.
Yeah, it says it premiered on Cartoon Network July 13th, 2013.
Really?
I know it's been
As part
out,
of their
yeah.
DC Nation block.
Yeah.
It's a replacement for Batman the Brave and the Bold.
Oh, I love that one.
I haven't seen that one.
You never seen? Well, I've only seen like an episode. That's why I said like he drop kicked that. I think he like drop kicked Solomon Grundy in the face.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Made like the big ass fucking sound effect. Boom. But I heard this.
Wow, I saw like none of those.
Yeah,
episodes.
I heard this show is getting pretty good. Apparently,
I don't know. Maybe
just
I'll,
by, like colleagues and some people
Yeah.
on Twitter and stuff like that. So.
I don't know. I hate the animation. I might give it a watch. I mean, I love Batman, so I think just for that, I should at least give it a shot. I'll at least watch one episode.
I'll
and
watch
just from there.
Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. if we watch an episode of Brave and the Bold. I mean, not Brave and the Bold. Beware the Batman.
Beware the Batman.
Yeah.
Can I watch it with my eyes closed?
Okay, go ahead.
And with Kevin Conroy
But it's got great sound.
overdub.
Yeah. just
Just
play
double-
the first episode of the original series over Beware the Batman.
yeah. Yeah.
Dun-dun-dun-dun.
So I don't know. I think Gotham has potential. I wish they would do it on like an FX or an AMC, so they could actually have a gritty cop drama instead of hey, let's put it on Fox where it'll last a season and get canceled.
Yeah,
You know, like
Yeah.
like
I don't.
Fox likes to do.
Yeah,
Especially since they're not going to own the rights.
yeah, like they did with fucking X-Men. We don't own it. Canceled.
Bitches.
Yeah, so I don't know. I mean, it might be good. I don't know. It's just it seems weird because it doesn't seem like something anyone's really been clamoring for.
Yeah.
It's like, oh yeah, Commissioner Gordon. I mean, good character, but I mean, I don't know who's really been wanting him that much, and especially the fact that it's going to take place like pre-Batman.
Yeah.
There's really no tie-in with that rest of the universe. I mean, I guess they could do it. If anyone reads Batman or Scott Snyder's Batman run, they're doing the Year Zero. And they're doing it, you know, where Joker was still the Red Hood, and a lot of the characters before they were villains, like Edward Nygma, is just like, I mean, he's still very much the Riddler. Like you can see like echoes of like how he became that character. Like he's still weird as hell already.
Yeah.
And then Penguin's just this like rich dude. I mean, they could have like cameos like that, but I mean, you have no like full blown out like recognizable villains.
Yeah.
And I kind of feel like that kind of takes away. Because it's like, okay, well then what are you really left with? That's kind of like been the personality of Gotham. So, I don't know. I mean, again, I'll check it out, but I'm not really enthusiastic for it. So, but But yeah, I will see your challenge to watch an episode of Batman.
And I will see
Beware
your
the Batman.
pleasant challenge of watching Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
I got another challenge for you.
What is that?
Game of Thrones.
Game of Thrones, Game of Thrones, Game
Is that the intro?
Game of Thrones, Game of Thrones.
That's the intro sang by Rob Liefeld.
Game of Thrones,
Oh, yeah.
Game of
Forgot about
Thrones.
Yeah. Well,
Rob Liefeld can suck a dick.
sure he does. I think that's how he gets his money
Maybe
nowadays.
he'll learn how to draw feet.
Nope.
Nope.
Toes?
Nope.
I think he'll learn. Actually, I'm going to use that for a segue. He'll learn how to draw feet when Damon Lindelof learns how to write an ending. And he actually has an HBO show coming up starring Liv Tyler. So
Oh, God.
yeah, so we'll see.
He's going to ruin Liv Tyler for me.
Oh,
I know, right?
And her luscious lips.
Her lips are just going to shrivel up.
Oh, no.
man.
We have to start a Kickstarter.
Save
Save the Lips Foundation.
Save the lips.
She has nice everything.
Save the
Oh,
world.
my God. She's got that, like, nice, milky skin.
It's
That-
2%.
I'm sure it feels like... I'm sure her
That
skin
elven
feels
skin.
Like, yeah, it feels like silk.
She never
I bet.
ages. But somehow she sometimes appears in Aerosmith
I
videos.
just want her to hug me for like a good 10 minutes. Can you hug me? I have a lot of stress.
She's been hugged by an angel.
Yeah.
I bet it feels like being kissed by a rose.
I bet it's being...
Baby.
It's like sleeping on the softest pillow on the planet.
AKA boob.
Well, speaking of boobs, Damon Lindelof has not really. He's making a comparison. I'm just gonna read this. I haven't read this whole thing through, but
I
it
bet her
sounds
hair smells like lavender.
it smells like Pledge.
No. Fuck Pledge, man.
You just ruined my fantasy.
I know. Fucking household shit.
So it smells like what is that now?
I bet you it
remember.
smells like pumpkin spice latte.
yeah. You can only smell her hair for a limited time. I'm gonna go on that tangent. Okay, so I guess every fall they have this whole pumpkin spice craze where everything is pumpkin spice. Like I've still yet to taste pumpkin spice, but 7-Eleven. 7-Eleven has like their flavored coffees, and one of their flavored coffees is pumpkin spice. Now, they advertise it as seasonal, just like everywhere else.
Yeah.
But we go there year-round, and it's always there.
Except for the 2 weeks
Yeah.
leading up to when they debut.
Yeah,
again.
leading up to when the whole pumpkin spice craze happens, they take it away just to bring it back and put a little sticker that says for a limited time, even though it's been there the whole time.
Yeah, it's been there all year.
I was ever seeing that the other day. I was like, what? I was like, are you kidding me? Like, this is always here. This isn't limited. Like, it's ridiculous. It's just like
right next to the fat-free vanilla.
it's like if anything, like they have like a peppermint flavor.
Yeah.
That's like
Yeah,
limited.
that one's limited time, like around Christmas.
Yeah, that no one
And it
gives a
tastes
fuck
like
about.
Caca.
It is terrible. I had it once, and I would not recommend it.
Why
But-
did you want peppermint? I don't know.
Well, I like peppermints.
I mean,
I like
yeah,
candy
mints.
canes.
I like chocolate mints.
Oh yeah, those are the superior mints.
I don't like peppermints. I've choked on them too much.
I don't like the chocolate ones with the little green mint.
I love those.
No.
I like the red and white.
That's why I smoke Marble
They taste like
Smooth.
toothpaste.
They smell like it.
I eat those and I
Smoking
feel
on
like
mint
I'm eating
chocolate.
toothpaste.
Hey, toothpaste is delicious.
I like that feeling.
Yeah, but you don't consume it.
Oh wait,
You
yeah.
spit it.
I
You're not-
smoke it.
You're
So
not
I eat it. I'm
supposed
eating
to.
the chocolate mint, and then I want to spit it out because it fucking tastes like toothpaste.
It's not
You-
gum, dude.
Yeah, but all my toothpaste is mint.
Well, maybe you need a different. Maybe
So
I'll
my
buy you
chocolate mint.
a tube of your own brand.
Just use Arm & Hammer for your toothpaste.
Oh God,
No.
I used Arm &
I
Hammer.
can't.
God.
Actually, I can't.
It is
I,
the strongest.
I have to
of
use
cleansers.
Sensodyne.
I don't deny that it's great for brushing your teeth, but I need flavor with my toothpaste.
Really?
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm not.
I need full protection.
I can't do it the way
it
you
gives
do.
you the fullest of protection.
I give you props for being able to handle it because I've tried it once. Granted, I was like 10, and it tasted like the worst thing
we were
ever.
kind of raised on Arm & Hammer, although we never really were forced to brush our teeth, which is why we have bad teeth now.
Yeah. I have
See,
very bad teeth.
Had you were you raised on Colgate or Crest, you would have loved brushing your teeth because that was like
See,
candy
now I have
in
to
your
use
mouth.
Sensodyne full protection. I have to pay $6 for a fucking tube.
For sensitive gums.
Yeah, like I use that shit for 6 months. Well, I still use it, but I had to use it for 6 months straight just to get rid of my gum disease.
No, I brush hardcore with that Arm & Hammer. So I'm a smoker. So,
Yeah.
like, literally there's people who smoke, like, less than me at work or less frequent or maybe even the same. They got some yellow, like, corroding teeth and just like, damn, never going to be like that, you know? Maybe got a
Yeah.
little bit of yellowing, but not like when they're like just like a full different shade.
They brush their teeth with butter.
Yeah, because
dude.
you
Yeah,
actually get
exactly.
some Arm & Hammer with a little bit of water.
Uh-huh.
You get a toothbrush,
Yeah.
and you mix it up, and it'll take the pit stains out of your white shirts.
Is there anything that it doesn't? That and Epsom salt.
Oh
They
yeah,
just run
yeah.
the world.
Yeah, I got a
Epsom
spider
oil.
bite on the back of my thigh one day when me and Prometheus used to live together, and that thing looked like a freaking upside down mountain. It was nasty looking. Like I could grip
Yeah, that's
it.
bad.
Yeah.
I could grip it with with my pinky and my ring finger,
Mm.
and it fucking hurt, dude. Like I couldn't do anything. So Hibiki filled up the tub with some Epsom salt,
Oh yeah.
and I just hopped in that bitch for like a good hour. It was nice and warm.
Mhm.
One of the things I miss most about living on my own. You get nice, warm, hot showers. Fucking in-laws. And yeah, I sat there for an hour, and it was half the size.
Oh,
and
wow.
then, we hung out a little bit. I think we watched a movie or something. And when I went to bed, when I woke up in the morning for work, gone.
Nice.
I was like, nice.
As were your spider powers.
Yeah, I know. Had I waited the whole
To
night.
help when I pulled a
No, it had been like 2 or 3 days, and the thing was
Oh.
just getting bigger.
Gotcha.
I pulled a hangnail from my my index finger,
From your
and it
cuticle?
swelled up and it got infected.
Mhm.
Yeah, basically, and it just came out, and like there's a huge bump right here, well, it was like a half an inch bump like protruding from the end of my index finger.
Yeah.
So it was pretty like nasty. It looked infected and shit.
Mm.
It literally was like full of pus. So it was really nasty.
Nice.
And so I went to like I was at Randall's looking for something to fix it with because it was like hurt like a bitch. The pharmacy guy's like, yeah, you got to go to a doctor because it's really infected. I was just like, okay. And then I had to find out, like, just get some Epsom salt and dip it in there, it'll go away. And I did. He
Nice.
didn't even tell me. He's like, go to a doctor.
Yeah, because
I
pharmacists
can help
don't
you.
really go to learn too much
Yeah, I
about
literally
like
put it
what
there,
they do. It's more like this is the milligrams of stuff and blah blah blah.
I got like a wet rag and just put like Epsom salt all in and just soaked it
Nice.
in there and just wrapped it around. It was gone within like the next couple days. And like when it like the Epsom salt only does so much, like gets it all the way down, but then you gotta squeeze all the pus out.
Nice.
It's nasty.
That's the fun part.
But
when the
you thought it was
fireworks
like
come out.
a yogurt.
No,
Like
it's
Gogurt.
actually the same exact
Gogurt.
thing
He's
on this
lemon
finger
Gogurt.
has happened before.
Oh, wow.
I was prepared for it this time.
So take out a Bowie knife. Start
I just
squeezing
can't
it
help
out.
it, man. Those freaking hangnails are freaking. They're annoying. They hurt.
Does it hurt?
You
like
ever
the
tried
bits that
using
you did
nail
last night?
clippers?
I do. That's why I pulled it out with.
Yeah, but stop using your teeth.
No, I use a nail clipper.
Nah,
to
don't bullshit
pull-
me.
You got-
Don't bullshit. Come
I
on.
You got to do it like the mercenaries
Come on,
in the
don't
movies,
bullshit me.
where like they're picking their fingers with this giant
Yeah.
knife. That sounds safe. Another thing Epsom salt's good
sounds
for
safe.
is removing is gunshot wounds. Heals that shit right up.
Oh, does it?
Yeah.
You're so full of shit, man. That's
I was
not
ready
funny.
to believe.
We are not responsible if you take Prometheus' advice.
Well,
We're not responsible if you shoot yourself.
Yeah,
Trying to heal with
I was about
Epsom
to
salt.
say if your problem is that you listened to me after you got shot and tried to heal yourself with Epsom salt,
As much as I'd hate to say, don't listen anymore.
Turn yourself in.
then I think that's your first problem. Your second problem is you should first clean the wound with Arm & Hammer toothpaste, and then apply the Epsom salt thoroughly,
With the wet toothbrush.
and rinse it with tea tree oil,
Tea
and
tree
then
oil.
and then sterilize the wound with Bartles of James.
Yeah, what doesn't tea tree oil? What isn't it good for?
Yeah, exactly. So if
I
you,
put that shit on my
Absolutely
feet.
nothing.
I just figured if all those things by themselves are like miraculous, if you combine them, it can pretty much do anything. I think that's what they fill the Lazarus pit with.
It's like holy water. Like that's holy waters. All those combinations.
Yeah, so I'm actually not going to read this Damon Lindelof thing. If you want to read it, it's on Vulture. It's entitled Damon Lindelof on Breaking Bad, How Heisenberg is like Batman. But I kind of don't care anymore. So we're going to move on to Whatever Happened to Marvel Studios' Runaways. So another writer who wrote on Lost at one point, he was actually a good writer, Brian K. Vaughan, had a series called The Runaways, who Agamemnon loves more than Young Avengers.
That's not true. I love the Young Avengers.
And apparently they were actually developing it at one point. Let's see, the guy Drew Pearce, he scripted Iron Man 3, so I guess it wouldn't be good anyway. But he did a draft of Runaways, and basically people wondered what happened. It just kind of disappeared out of nowhere, much like the ending of Iron Man 3 came out of nowhere. And so basically the reason why is because they had a little movie called The Avengers, and they just dropped the Runaways like a bad X, like, psst, got Avengers now, I don't need you. So they said we were really close to being made. Okay, this is Brian K. Vaughan, I think his quote. We were really close to being made, and then this movie started happening called The Avengers. Pierce said that. Pierce says the outlet. Oddly, it pulled focus from the unheard of brand Runaways, and it really did kind of consume the Marvel Cinematic Universe. It's there. Maybe it'll be a Phase 3 movie. I really hope so. I'm really proud of it, and I think it's a brilliant film. But I think it all depends on Kevin Feige, the president of Marvel, what his master plan is. They make him sound like a villain, whatever his master plan is.
Yeah.
So apparently The Runaways was a 18-issue series back in 2003. Wow, that was forever ago. Follows a group of teenagers who find that some of their family secrets are bigger than others when they discover that their parents are actually supervillains, running away from their homes, hence the name. The teens band together and begin a journey of discovery, both of their parents' origin and their own inherited powers, while trying to make up for the evil done by their folks. So it started with Brian K. Vaughan. Apparently, Josh Whedon took over for a 6-issue arc back in 2008, and then it was canceled in 2009 with 14 issues. So that's how great of a comic it is that it's not even around now, but they want to make a movie. So
Yeah.
go figure. But the only thing I really say about this is kind of like with Guardians of the Galaxy, where it's kind of a random property to really bring to movies.
Yeah.
So in that regard, I kind of like that they wanted to make a movie of it, because it's, lesser superheroes that no one's really familiar with, so it's harder for people to be like, oh, you didn't do that right. I feel like with like a fresh set of eyes, it could be done really well. So hopefully maybe down the line, when they're done with the important movies, they'll get around to doing some Runaways.
Yeah. Yeah, I definitely think so. I mean, there's a lot of properties that I think they could easily adapt, and
Heroes for Hire.
Heroes for Hire, definitely. I think even Iron Fist could carry his own. Just with the whole Secret City of Kunlun.
Yeah.
Kunlun.
I don't know. The thing is, like, for any like new
Can't pronounce
movies,
that
like if
shit.
there's like a
Kunlun.
Heroes for Hire one,
Uh-huh.
or maybe just like an Iron Fist movie, I feel like I don't want to see. Maybe I just burned out of it. I just don't want to see any more origin movies anymore. I want a movie to come out and not be like, this is going to be part of a trilogy. This is the first one. This is the up and coming of this character,
Mm-hmm.
I just wanted someone to have the movie. Fuck anybody who doesn't understand. Watch the movie. If you pay attention, you'll get it.
Honestly, I
and,
think
like,
that's what
the-
Guardians of the Galaxy is
I
gonna
hope
be.
that's what it's going to be. I don't give a shit for origin stories anymore. Even if I don't know them, because I don't know Iron Fist or Luke Cage's, Heroes for Hire, Runaways origin stories. I don't know about Runaways. It might be a little bit deeper, but as far as like Heroes for Hire and stuff, maybe it's just me being ignorant, but I don't know. It just feels like there's so many origin movies that have come out. It's just like I don't want to start another story again.
Yeah.
I just want to just give me a movie
Uh-huh.
and like just tell what you're gonna tell. Like I don't want to have like an origin story for Luke Cage and then one for Iron Fist and someone gets shafted that doesn't get included and have like a trio movie where they all participate. Like I already have the Avengers.
Yeah.
Every single one of them has their own origin story. You go to DC Universe, everybody's got an origin story in the trilogy to go along with it. Like I don't give a fuck. I know it's probably required, like I said, maybe it may be me just asking something ridiculous, but I'm just burned out.
I see where you're coming from, and I actually feel like Heroes for Hire would be good in that regard, because they don't really need an origin
That's
story.
what I'm thinking,
There's
yeah.
two superheroes that are, Heroes for Hire, give
Yeah.
us money, punch
Yeah.
people, and so, I mean, they might obviously go into some of their background, but they can do that throughout the movie. It doesn't have to be like its own separate, like,
I was gonna say,
you
like
know.
for like Runaways and stuff, obviously that probably needs a lot more backstory to
Yeah.
understand what's going on. But like, yeah, movies like Hero for Hire, that's mainly the move I was thinking. Is just like, do you really need to go into like their backstory?
Yeah.
Not really. You kind of just need like an established villain,
Yeah.
and then just have them all kind of come together.
Yeah, that's
So,
true.
Yeah, and then they start the business.
They can fight Loki.
Like I said,
Everyone loves
I'd
Loki.
probably like change my mind soon or something like that. But for now, I'm just burned out on like starting somebody else's story and learning about that character.
Yeah.
Just like I don't care. Just put them in a movie. Let me watch them.
So you don't want to see Batman Begins again?
I don't. I don't want to see a Batman.
beginning again.
I don't want to see
It's
a
like
Batman.
Batman Regan.
I don't want to see a Batman origin story for like 10 years. I don't like even 10 years might be too soon. I don't give a fuck.
But it's Ben Affleck.
Well, he can have. I don't want to hear about how he came to be Bruce Wayne or how he came to be Batman. But
He
this
signed
is
a
Ben
lucrative
Affleck.
contract.
Okay.
Give me money.
Everybody knows Batman. There better not have another origin.
Yeah,
story.
that
Everybody
one
knows
you don't
fucking
need.
Batman. But
Look-
like Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man, I didn't need a fucking another origin story. Who doesn't know the story of Clark Kent, Peter Parker,
Uh.
Bruce Wayne? Like, fucked.
Batman,
Bruce
especially
Campbell.
within the past like 5 to 10 years.
Mhm.
Like none of those need origins.
Yeah, dude,
I think Spider-Man especially because those movies didn't come out that long ago. You know, like they're still pretty fresh in people's minds.
Yeah.
You know, but which character I was gonna say? It's with Batman. If you look at like the first Batman movie, like the Michael Keaton Batman, it's like that wasn't really like. Well, I guess it really wasn't an origin story.
No, it wasn't.
It was just kind of like his origin was interspersed within the movie.
Yeah.
Well, the
You
whole
know?
beginning of it, like the dialogue between the two thieves, that was
Yeah.
pretty much the beginning. Like, have you heard of this new guy? The
Yeah,
Batman?
that's right. Yeah, he
I
already
heard he's a
existed in that
bat. And
universe.
they're like,
I'm
man.
fine with that. That's just like getting me into it. Like,
Yeah,
okay,
And then when he
okay.
shows up and they're all freaked out and they're like, "What are you?" He's like, "I'm Batman. I'm Batman.
I'm Michael Keaton.
That's a good Michael Keaton impression. I like that.
I'm Batman."
He's like a quicker Christian Bale raspy. Instead of like I'm Batman, he's like I'm Batman.
It's like a whisper.
Yeah, that's what. Was he in White Noise? Does anybody remember that movie White Noise?
Yeah.
Was that
vaguely.
Michael Keaton?
I want to say that was Kevin Bacon.
Kevin Bacon.
Like just off the dome, I want to say that was Kevin Bacon.
Cave like. Oh man.
There's only gonna be 7 planets after I destroy Uranus.
Oh man.
Pluto's a planet again,
Yeah.
so it'd be 8.
Jesus, is it really?
Yeah.
It was like a planet like 3 months after they declared it not a planet.
Yeah,
'cause everyone got so
I don't
pissed.
think. I don't even think it was a year. They're like, okay, fine.
People
It's a really cold, frozen planet.
When?
Yeah.
When did
Like
that
all of your
happen?
hearts.
It happened years ago. Like it happened.
No. People got angry about it. They made a Pluto as a planet day.
Yeah.
But it's still not recognized as being a planet anymore.
It is.
Yeah.
No, everybody recognizes Pluto as a planet because
It's one of those things where like the technical definition, it's too small to be a planet, but they just they just grandfathered it in. It's like, you know what? You wanted to be a planet? Fuck you. Whatever. Science doesn't matter. It's a planet. Leave us alone. We have Mars to colonize.
Pluto used to be a planet, but today it is called a dwarf planet.
It's a dwarf planet.
It's still a planet.
Hey.
I will
Yeah.
agree that it's still a planet, only because there's one thing at work that bothered me. Somebody said a JRPG is not the same as an RPG.
Oh.
It's like saying a planet is not the same as a dwarf planet, or a dwarf planet is the same as a planet. Saying a Japanese RPG is not the same as an RPG.
Damn.
So is Pluto a
Like,
Japanese planet?
That's what I'm saying. I now agree with it being a
So
planet.
small.
They're saying it's a dwarf planet. It has
Yeah.
the fucking word planet in it. So it's a type of planet.
So it's got giant robots
It's a
on it.
small planet. I don't give a fuck what's on Pluto. It's fucking ice and coldness.
I think
extra
I think he
wise.
would. I think he would give a fuck if it had giant robots because that would be pimp.
I'll have to watch from afar.
They'll get here eventually.
Do we have to fight? Are they not friendly? Like
Now
off
they're
the
cool.
bat?
You can like ride them.
Well, then
a roller
I'll fist
coaster.
bump with them bitches.
They're like
Yeah, bionic arm.
they'd be like Gundams for everybody.
Fucking yeah. Well, I'll be like fucking Adam Jensen.
But only
Fucking
if we
augmentations and
but
shit.
only if we recognize them as a planet. If not, then we're fucked. They'll just cut us in half.
I will recognize Pluto as a planet always.
Real recognize real, and Pluto looks familiar. Anyway, speaking of space aliens, the Man of Steel writer David S. Goyer defends Superman's controversial movie choice. So pretty much, spoiler, Man of Steel spoiler if you still haven't seen it. At the end, Superman kills Zod because like Zod was trying to kill some people, even though he killed
Yeah, with
plenty of
that
other people.
forever laser beam. He couldn't like turn his eyes.
He could have just covered his eyes.
I think a chokehold would impede you like moving your eyes to the right. Like, yeah, got it.
Well, if he had bothered,
Yeah, you can still look around.
if he
Yeah,
bothered
he
to
could.
apply the chokehold properly, he would have just choked him out.
He could have though. He's got that Kryptonian neck.
Well, you know something, brother?
Yeah.
I'm Krypton. You
Yeah.
can't choke us out. Well, that's the thing. If he was strong enough to break his neck, I think he's strong enough to cut off the blood circulation to his brain.
That just comes full circle. That was a bad scene. You looking back at that movie, it's just like,
Yeah.
it was good, but there's definitely things wrong with it.
But pretty much the gist of it is that
It's not like Dark Knight where I can forgive any kind of minor plot holes.
Batman.
But even
falling
that,
off
it's
the
just
roof.
fucking awesome to watch.
Yeah.
Superman is like, yeah.
I wondered which would break first, your body or your spirit.
Yeah. So when I think of Superman, I'm gonna watch it again to see Russell Crowe
Oh my god!
kick
yeah.
Zod's ass in the beginning and be like, "That's what happens in the end." Of the movie.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm done.
It just ends right there.
The fucking head scientist beats the shit out of the head military guy.
Oh my god!
Yeah.
I love how no one had a problem with that. I feel like we're the only people that ever bring that up. Like no one else realized that. Like They're bred for a specific purpose.
Because they see Russell Crowe and they just think Maximus, Aurelius, Decimus.
So I got
Father
mind
to a
fucked. He
slain
saw
son,
him. He's just like,
husband of a slain wife, and I'll have my revenge in this life or the next.
Ah,
And apparently it was in the next one because he got stabbed right after that.
Yeah, it was
he
like
did get
both.
stabbed.
In both movies.
But he didn't worry because he's in Elysium and he's already dead.
You would fight me? But okay, so basically, his whole thing is like he said that writers shouldn't, people that are adapting properties to a movie shouldn't have to adhere to whatever the original thing is.
Spare me.
So that's kind of like what his argument is. Like, well, we're making our own vision.
We shouldn't be set to a standard of writing integrity. That's basically what he's saying. I get what he means is that we shouldn't be held down to the source material. But then he's also, at the same time, he's omitting himself from having any sort of actual integrity and like plausible, coherent writing, script writing.
For me, it just seems like really asinine because I feel like, especially with a character like Superman, and I don't even like Superman, but Superman's a character like you know what you're getting, or you should know what you're getting with Superman. Like there's very specific things in the Superman mythos that people come to see, and when you take that out, then it's like it's not the same character. I mean, granted, technically he never went by the name Superman, and the movie wasn't even called Man of Steel, so you can even argue that this guy technically wasn't Superman.
It was Miracle Man.
Yeah, that's what a lot of people were saying. But I mean, if people are going there to see a Superman movie, give them a Superman movie. Like, it's supposed to inspire hope. Superman's supposed to save people. He's not supposed to kill people. These are
at the end of it all, it's like it kind of leaves you on a sour note. It's fun. Like I was satisfied by the movie, but the end message is kind of bleak. Like, I'm here to help America rebuild. Like, well, good, because you just damaged all the fuck out of all these buildings. You just damaged like millions of dollars in property.
Probably billions. Not to mention all the people that obviously
I hope you
died.
can fix it as fast as you can fucking break it.
It's when you wish you're fucking a wood ninja,
And then
like
when
a
you're done
Naruto.
here-
We rebuild a whole
It's
fucking
like, and
city.
when you're done here, you can go to that poor man's house in India and re-terraform his property.
Yeah, right. Oops.
Oh, man.
But yeah, it's just, I don't know, it's kind of ridiculous. But to me, it's like, and again, like, just a preference. Like, it's not like, I'm not a Superman fan, but I feel I can empathize, because if they did that with Batman, if Batman was running around with, like, Uzis just shooting people, I would be pissed. It's like, okay, I understand this is someone else's vision of Batman, and it could still be a good movie, but it wouldn't be Batman. And that's the way people feel about Superman. It's like, well, they didn't think it was a good movie either. But, but if they did, it's like, okay, it's a good movie if it was a different character, but it's not a good Superman movie. So, but I don't know. He's also trying to say, like, hey, this would be like, quote unquote, like Superman Begins. Like, he's still kind of getting the ropes with his powers and all that. And I can kind of see that, but at the same time, I think there were just too many holes in the movie, which I'm not even going to go into because I'll go on a huge tangent. But I think that's the greater issue rather than, well, we're trying to tell our own story. Because just to go with one plot point, but the whole thing when he's like the whole terraforming thing, it's like, okay, they're terraforming in the middle of a city where all the people are that you could be saving. He goes to the remote part of the earth where it's like in the middle of the ocean. He decides to stop that one first. Like, you can't stop the one that's actually the most imminent threat. Like, that has nothing to do with, like, this is the year one, this is Superman's first time being a superhero. That's, like, fucking common sense. It's not like this. I mean, one thing that they said, like, well, with all these great powers, it makes him a little bit fucking stupid. It was like, they did, that wasn't part of the movie, so obviously.
Well, you take a minute to survey what you're doing, you're like, people over here, and nobody over there.
Or that poor old
Same
guy.
contraptions, break one part, break it all.
Or if they just made him a dick where he just felt like he was above humans. He's like, you know what? If I save him, I save him. If not, fuck him.
Yeah. Or maybe Detective Stabler could have flown to the other side. Like, no, you know what? I'll get the remote one. And you got this, right?
That nobody's protecting.
Yeah, I'll get that one because I'm human. I can't take these fools. I'll fly over there. You get this down, all right? That would have been cool.
Yeah, I won't. I don't want to have another
run-in.
run-in.
Call the Indian or Chinese government and have them send a WMD.
Yeah, have somebody else in the world help us out.
Yeah, right.
Make a call, President.
Hey, Russia, they're not doing anything.
Yeah.
I know they have our shit in Metropolis that they're sharing up, but, you can destroy the world afterward. So Japan, where are all the armies?
Yeah.
Like, why didn't anybody, you think like a angry Russian would have flown over there himself in a fucking crop duster? Like, I'm coming.
Well, even just the one in Metropolis, there was, like, no police telling people to leave. Like, there was no evacuation plan. Like, a lot of people compare it to the Avengers, where it's like, okay, the Avengers, like, they quarantined off, like, a certain block of the city. They're like, all right, keep the fighting here so we don't needlessly have a bunch of people die.
Yeah.
The police were helping direct, like, what was going on. Like, there was none of that in Man of Steel.
After Cap beat the
And
shit
there
out
was
of
even
those
like
three dudes.
opposition. There was
Yeah.
just like, I need you to, go from 33rd to 45th and
Yeah.
clear out all the sections and get out. I was like, why should I listen to you? I'm a
Yeah.
cop. And then all this shit happens and Captain
Oh, yeah,
America
when he
takes
just
down like
owns all those
5
dudes.
dudes. And then
Leonidas shield
he just
badge.
looks at the guy and he's just like, all right, I'm going to need
Yeah.
all the blocks from 34th to 45th quarantined off. And he
Yeah.
hits the radio and says everything Captain America
Yeah,
says.
yeah.
That was not only funny, but plausible.
But yeah,
that was a plausible
like,
scenario.
They had that scene for a reason.
Yeah,
because
exactly.
Just to let you know, like, basically, when they have that scene in there, it's making you feel like comfortable for the rest of the movie, knowing that nobody's getting killed while you're
Yeah,
doing this shit,
yeah.
Like, okay, they got everybody out. Now we can enjoy just nonstop action.
Yeah, exactly.
The occasional, and then like when even the parts where people are still like getting out of the building
Uh-huh.
and like Hulk runs through there.
Yeah,
you see,
yeah.
if you watch, you see everybody like get out of the way like safely.
Yeah.
And just like all those things, like people like hide behind printers and shit.
But not only that, but it
My Lex Mark.
it makes it in the Avengers. It makes it very clear that that people are very much in danger.
Yeah.
And it's like the Avengers are saving as
Yeah,
many people
exactly,
as they
exactly.
can. And it's showing like people like the aliens when they drop that grenade and Captain America shows up
Yeah.
and barely escapes by the skin of his teeth,
Yeah.
and those people are like, you can see all the PTSD setting in, and they're all freaked out and shit. But I mean, the fact that it goes that far, and it's like you see them saving lives, not just kicking butt and beating alien ass, but they're saving people's lives. And these people, you see these opinions formulate at the end of the movie, where it's just like, oh, they're a menace, or no, he saved our life.
Yeah,
Captain,
And
like
it was
that,
it was the same thing in Spider-Man, where you get the little testimonials at the end of I forget, it was like
You mess with Spider-Man, you mess with all of
yeah,
us.
it was at the end of 1, and I think like at the beginning of 2,
Uh.
where they had Jim Norton in it. I think he joked
I
about
thought
it.
they're 9/11. I was like,
It's
New
like-
York movie. They had to pump out that shit, man.
Yeah.
You mess with New York. You mess with all of us. Getting crunk on Green Goblin, throw trash at him.
Yeah. Remember the guy threw like a rock at him or something?
Dunk.
Yeah, that
Right,
is not
throwing
about
rocks and
Yeah.
fucking burger wrappers and shit.
New York style pizza.
Yeah. Just a typical day of littering.
They didn't even realize there was like supervillains running
Typical
around.
day in the Hudson River.
Oh man, but yeah. So I don't know, like, and that just illustrates that it was just poor writing on the part of Man
definitely.
of Steel, because none of that was like at least a few lines here and there, at least to address it. And the thing also is like, okay, so even if you don't have a problem with him killing Zod or whatever, it's like they never acknowledge like the death toll. Like even in like I don't know if you guys saw Star Trek Into Darkness. Like, a shitload of people die. But they
Yeah.
have, like, a memorial, like, at the end.
Yeah.
Like, Man of Steel just goes to, hey, he's Clark Kent now, guys. Like, it
Yeah.
ends on, like, a sappy note. It's just like, fucking tons of people just
Yeah.
died. Like,
Yeah.
are we just gonna just flash forward and
The other thing,
pretend that
the
didn't
other thing
happen?
about Star Trek,
And it
just
showed
because-
that lady going through that like horrific ordeal where like the big booms are coming over the terror. She's it's like
Yeah.
freaking out. Like anybody would be scared. And it's like that last one's about to hit, and he stops it.
Yeah.
It's like that bitch is free. She's fucked in the head for life.
Yeah.
And then they make her seem like at the office she's like, oh, I'm cheery again.
Yeah.
After like 18 visits to the psychiatrist, maybe.
Yeah. I wish they would have ended it instead of that campy ending, or this have that for like the after credits
Yeah.
part. And they would have ended it like Boondock Saints, where they have like the people being interviewed, like, what do you think about this Superman,
Yeah,
this
yeah.
Man of Steel character? It's
Yeah.
like, oh, I think he's a danger. He destroyed half the fucking city. Him
Yeah.
and his alien friends, fuck him. Or people being like, oh, he saved my life. He's great,
Yeah.
Like, but having people like react to him, I think that would have been a lot stronger of an ending.
Yeah.
And then it kind of plays into what I'm assuming they're doing for the sequel, where Batman's like, hey, let me show you how to actually be a superhero.
Yeah.
With my cleft chin.
See here's my resume.
Yeah, right.
Not one red mark on there. No blood. No blood. Well, a little bit of blood from beating the shit out of some people, but never killed them.
Yeah, right.
Every
But
film-
it's dried now. Don't worry.
Plenty of people in the hospital, but they're alive and they go into jail after they get
Except
out.
for the mayor.
Except for the mayor. Except for the mayor.
Got blown up in the box.
Oh yeah. Well, you know.
And all the players on the field.
I don't think all of them died.
It's like Soups.
Yeah,
you
the
can't-
guy that made the
yeah.
touchdowns is the only one that lived.
Yeah.
Well, there you go. Hey, run faster. There you go. That's
He's
a
like,
life
Soups.
lesson.
Run
You can't-
faster,
yeah.
jump higher.
He's like, Soups, you can't save them all, but at least fucking try.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, exactly.
You got powers. I can fly. Everyone in the city will be good.
That should be the whole
Yeah.
movie. Him just lecturing him. Then he just
You would. That would
disappears.
be a great. I would watch that. Like, yes. Talk some sense into him.
And he just slaps him
fucking-
and breaks his hand. Ow, damn, you got a hard jaw.
Yeah, if they
No,
did
he'd be prepared. He had like a kryptonite
Yeah,
backhand.
yeah, right.
Like,
It's like he's what introduces Kryptonite in the series. It's like I found fragments of your planet, and I heard they have interesting effects on your people. And he just bitch slaps him. Superman's like, "Oh, you made me bleed my own blood."
Nobody makes me bleed my own blood.
Yeah. So I don't know, but we'll see. We'll see what ends up happening with that. But
Yeah.
but David S. Goyer, step your game up, bro. Stop making excuses. I don't want to put you in the Lindelof category. I won't do it. But
Yeah, that's a little bit harsh to do
you
right
are,
now.
but you are on notice,
Yeah,
sir.
you're bending my elbow.
You're on
here.
watch.
Yeah, you are on
better
notice.
Watch Jewels and Spots. It's mine and yours. Let's guard the block.
Neighborhood Watch.
Who was that? That did
Those
that.
dilated people.
No, dilated people. I keep thinking Nas. I think Nas for anything.
Oh man.
Always wrong.
Well, be sure to visit Punching the Walls of Reality.
Yes, yeah.
Be sure to also visit 4eyeradio.com, as we are a proud member of the 4-Eyed Radio Network. You can find us on Spreaker.
Spreaker.
Is it Spreaker?
I think so. Spreaker with SPR.
Yeah.
Like speaker, but misspelling it with an R.
Yeah, so you can find us there. Obviously, follow us on Twitter at Pitwar. That's PTWOR. We're also on Google+, also on the Facebook.
Yep.
We're even on MySpace. I mean, you don't have to go there. I'm just letting you know.
We're there.
Just yeah, we're there. We haven't updated or logged in or anything, but we're there. But anyway, this is Prometheus.
This is Bobby Beetle.
And this is Agamemnon. But before we take off, I want to give a couple of shout-outs that I did promise. I want to shout-outs to the guys of Don't Revive Me Bro. You can see them on Twitter at Don't Revive Me Bro. And also don'trevivemebro.com. They just started following us. It's strictly Battlefield, everything Battlefield about it. These guys are like the biggest nutcases for Battlefield, along with myself. Probably even more so than me, because now they've just started a podcast on it. So, you can also follow at Squidsticks, who's a local Texan. Darren Mooney at London Erpa. I don't know how to. That name's not familiar. At red_dragons, and don'trevivemebro.com. So shout outs to those guys. I'm trying to remember the other
About
one.
that retro game, dude.
Yeah, I'm trying to find that one.
It was like Bob Retro. No, not really.
Rob
but-
Retro.
Rob Retro.
Shit. I wish I had.
Go to the at.
Oh yeah, you're a smart person. Yeah. I'm not a smart person.
You damn right.
Yeah,
Retro
at
Joe.
Retro Joe. You can follow at Retro Joe, which is RETR0JOE. So shout outs to him because he's featuring us on his website, which is shit. Hang on.
Buffering.
It is gamersunite.biz.
That is the business.
Yeah, gamersunite.biz, which is it's more of a suggestion site where he suggests some of his favorite YouTube streams, podcasts, which one of ours is on there, and also Twitch streams. So definitely go check out gamersunite.biz, at Retro Joe, and don't forget, Don't Revive Me Bro.
I want a website called Notorious BIZ.
Shout outs to all of our recent Twitter followers, which
Much
has
love.
almost been 100 in just a couple of weeks. So thanks for the elevated love.
We feel it in our loins.
And on that bombshell,
I can't control it.
Yeah, she can't control it. Well, I just want to give a shout out to 7-Eleven and their seasonal pumpkin spice latte. And also, as always, stay classy, Austin.
Stay classy indeed.
Yeah.
Bobby out. Should I try that out?
it's
I'll
not
never do
working
it
for
again.
me.
Yeah.
It's Agamemnon.
You're not going to make fetch work.
For them.
This is Prometheus, and this has been Straight
Outta
Austin.
Question mark.
pumpkin spice edition for a limited time.
This has been another proud production of the Four-Eyed Radio Network. You want to see more shows, go check out www.foureyedradio.com, you winker.